outside right now. There's an auction going on, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff coming up at some of the upcoming auctions and today's auction. Come on, let's go.
We are tickled to death to get this Custer gun.
Amongst the most fascinating objects I've ever had the chance to study. And the brass tacks verified the fact that it was his.
I know you've heard this before. I will stand on my head. I'll kick my dog's spot to sell you used appliances today. You can drop off your old stuff here when you purchase a new item from us. Call us at 775-682-1994 and ask us about service and parts. Come on down to more stuff. We got new appliances, we got used appliances. We will make you a deal today. Go see Tony, go see Tony, go see Tony. Woohoo!
You have been earning money and tax benefits on your rental property. Now you need to sell. Have you considered the tax consequences of this? Have you heard of 1031 exchanges? Defers capital gains, reduces tax liability, eases financial stress. Let our 1031 exchange experts help. Call today 775-671-2472 and schedule your free consultation with our 1031 exchange experts. Call today.
Cleaning, laundry, dusting. When does it end? Shannon's is here to help. Shannon's experienced cleaners work from your list and do many household chores, including laundry, ironing, vacuuming, and errands. They clean offices too. Shannon's has gone green with H2O at home, natural and organic products. Shannon's is personalized home cleaning.
Hi, I'm Patty Elam. One phone call to Shannon's and all your cleaning is done.
Sierra Car Service has been in business since 1978 as a full-service auto repair garage. For minor maintenance like oil changes, fluid checks, engine diagnostics and tune-ups, to more advanced repair like full engine rebuilds, clutch work, and brakes, Sierra Car Service does it all. They guarantee their work and they put your safety first. They are located at 1535 Heimer Avenue and they are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Make an appointment today to keep your car running strong.
Welcome back to Auction Archaeologist. Hi, Fred. I'm Terry from Auction Archaeologist. This is our new show, and I'm here with Fred Hollibird, and we're looking at some of the neat things that Fred's brought in over the last couple of weeks for some of the upcoming auctions. So, Fred, why don't you show me what you got?
Well, as you know, we specialize in Western Americana, and our thing started to be over 30 years ago because of my long history in the mining business. And most of the Western history that we deal with today is all based on mining history or Native American history here. And so we have this absolutely wonderful broad basis of things that we can look at. And it ranges everything from documents to photographs to artifacts of all kinds, gold, ore specimens, jewelry of sorts, everything. And it's really rather remarkable. And when we put together things for an auction, we'll often go look at collections around the country. And people have known us for 30 or 40 years. So we have a wonderful group of folks out there, and a lot of these collections come to us. So we've just landed a collection from the East Coast, and it's kind of funny how this stuff all originated in the West and then went east to collectors, and now here we go again. It's coming back. And then where's it going to go after the auction and after it gets distributed? And so we get this fabulous variety of material, and I've just started to open the first box here, and we're going to get into a little bit of it in a second. But it's really remarkable. And in this collection alone, we have a lot of different categories. And, you know, out there, a lot of people hear about art. They hear about coins and stamps. But in the Americana arena, there's probably 30 different collecting disciplines in there when you think about it. And it ranges the whole gamut of material, because you've got not only private collectors who collect for any reason that you can think of, anything, including stuff from their family, where their families were from, their favorite district or geographic location, all kinds of things. But you also have institutional collectors. So we have museums, we have libraries, we've got all kinds of institutions of that nature who are actively collecting material, because if we study our past, it allows us to have a better look at what might be coming in the future. Not only that, we can learn from our successes, and we can learn from our failures in the past to make us better in the future. That's why history is so important. That's why all of this material is important at some point.
We'll be right back after these few words from our sponsors. For over 100 years, Northern Nevadans have slept in comfort with the help of Reno Mattress Company. Hi, I'm Mike Berry. Can you flip your mattress? If not, let us custom make your next mattress. We offer Talalay latex rubber, memory foam mattresses, foam rubber cut to size, water beds and accessories, electrical adjustable beds and more. Plus, we specialize in custom sizes for your home or RV. Reno Mattress Company has been the place to shop since 1910. Come visit our showroom at 1210 East 4th Street. And remember, if you sleep on it, we can make it.
Wow, what kind of mascara are you using?
I'm not wearing any. I have eyelash extensions on from the Eyelash Connection.
Eyelash extensions?
They're semi-permanent lash extensions applied like hair extensions. They take a single lash and adhere it to your own, giving you a full set of lashes. Your original lashes aren't damaged because they use single lashes, not flares. Plus, Eyelash Connection also offers beauty treatments like microdermabrasion, Brazilian waxing, facials, and more.
Hey, where are you going? To the Eyelash Connection.
We know what you want. You want quality custom embroidery and branding from a local, family-owned company that can get the job done at a good price. That's what you'll find at Miller's Jackets and Jose and Associates. For more than 26 years, we have been the go-to local silk screening and embroidery expert. Clothing, caps, pens, banners, and small signs are our specialty. And at Jose and Associates, there's a sale every day, exactly what you would expect from a locally owned, family-operated business. We're located at 950 Glendale Avenue in Sparks. Come on in and realize the difference a local company can make. For over 42 years, Pet and Place Pet Store has had love for sale. Kittens, birds, rabbits, guinea pigs, and even reptiles. You'll find them all at Pet and Place, along with all the supplies you'll need to keep your pet as happy and healthy as possible. We have a huge selection of toys and treats and delightful animal-themed knickknacks to keep you and your pet entertained. We specialize in live food for your best friend. When it comes to your pet, Pet and Place has what you're looking for. 1121 South Wells Street in Reno.
Welcome back to Auction Archaeologist.
So we've got all these wonderful different collecting disciplines to look at. And in this first box that I just opened, one of 11, and you can see some of the rest over here, is a phenomenal archive of mining-related documents. And it starts with annual reports from different companies, among other things. And here's a whole batch of early mining reports from the 1850s, the California Gold Rush period. Here's one on gold deposits for the Perseverance Mining Company in North Carolina by Philip Tyson, 1853. Now this just looks like a regular document to you, probably, but it's not. It's anything but that. And I didn't realize this was in this collection. This is marvelous. So the first thing that is important about this stuff is having a little bit of knowledge about what you're dealing with. And in this case, gold was discovered in America in 1828. That's when the first gold rush was. And it was courtesy of a big, huge nugget that was found in Caribous County, North Carolina in 1799. And it was sold in the 1820s, and it created this gold rush in North Carolina, Georgia, and part of Virginia. And, of course, the Civil War interrupted, the California Gold Rush interrupted, some of the miners from Georgia and North Carolina went to California, and so on. This is a particularly interesting piece because it's about gold deposits, this particular gold deposit in North Carolina, but the author, Philip Tyson, this is fabulous. Philip Tyson wrote the first published work for the government on the California Gold Rush and published it in 1850. So this is remarkable to see someone who's experienced from the California Gold Rush from 1850 going back to look at a gold deposit in North Carolina.
And these haven't even been seen by human eyes in probably
long time,
50 or 60 years.
Right, long time. And here's one on the Manteo Mining Company in North Carolina, again by Tyson. So Tyson obviously got paid by a number of different people. The Steele Gold Mine in North Carolina, this one's by a gentleman by the name of Keener, who I'm not familiar with. And it goes on. The Gap Mining Company in Pennsylvania. And this entire pile of wonderful material, all from the 1850s and 40s. So we're going to look forward into logging all these in. They'll probably be sold individually. I'm sure they're all very rare, but of course being very rare doesn't mean they are or are not worth a lot of money. Correct. It's up to the collectors to tell us
what they feel it's worth to them.
Exactly.
Exactly.
In here is some mining ephemera that I've split out that I'm going to have to split. I see a prospectus from Colorado out of the 1880s on a silver mine, probably up in the Georgetown region. Other things that I've started to sort out. And every time you go through a collection like this, you know, there's always something special that shows up. It never fails. It's remarkable. I've been at it 35 years. It never fails. Here's a document that came out, Office of the California, Oregon, and Mexican Steamship Lines, 1863, Dateline, San Francisco, Ben Holliday, proprietor. Now, Holliday, of course, is the proprietor of the famous Overland Stage Company. And there was a huge competition between Holliday, Wells Fargo, Adams and Company, etc. All these express companies trying to get the U.S. mail contracts coming west because it was a lot of money involved. So here's a case where not only did Holliday have a stage line, but he had a competing steamship line, the California, Oregon, and Mexican Steamship Line. And this is a report, in part, that he's written, that's been written to Ben Holliday from his brother, who's an agent for the company in San Francisco, but it's not just an ordinary report. This is really interesting. He's telling his brother, Ben Holliday, that he's just bought 5 feet of the famous Ophir mine on the Comstock Lode for $10,750.
5 feet of it.
5 feet of it, and he has to pay $155 in fees on top of that. And he's letting his brother know that they now own 5 feet of the Ophir Lode.
5 feet.
Isn't that incredible?
Yes. Now the Ophir. Now is Ophir the one from Virginia City?
It's one of the key mines on the Comstock in Virginia City.
City. Yeah.
Early investors, people like George Hurst, etc.
We'll be right back after these few words from our sponsors.
Johnny Gunn spent years on the LAPD as a well-respected, intelligent cop. When an internal affairs investigation involving a close friend causes him to give up his shield, he spends the next 5 years as a struggling private investigator. When a case falls across his desk, Johnny follows clue after clue that links not only his former police colleagues, but has ties to past murders, a cover-up involving a state senator, and a large drug cartel that wants him dead. Follow the adventures of Johnny Gunn from Trinity Heart Media. Are you working your computer, or is it working you? Donate your old equipment and get a new-to-you computer. Save money while helping your community. Proceeds go directly to disability resources to help individuals in our community with disabilities have a better quality of life. Give, get, and save at New to You Computers, 50 East Gregg Street, corner of Gregg and McCarran in Sparks. Call 329-1126 or find us on Facebook at New to You Computers or Disability Resources Incorporated.
For over 100 years, Northern Nevadans have slept in comfort with the help of Reno Mattress Company. Hi, I'm Mike Berry. Can you flip your mattress? If not, let us custom make your next mattress. We offer Talalay latex rubber, memory foam mattresses, foam rubber cut to size, water beds and accessories, electrical adjustable beds, and more. Plus, we specialize in custom sizes for your home or RV. Reno Mattress Company has been the place to shop since 1910. Come visit our showroom at 1210 East 4th Street. And remember, if you sleep on it, we can make it.
And this spoon's out of Colorado. It's a beautiful piece. We'll look at a few others here just quickly.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we just happened to get lucky and open one of the best boxes. He has approximately 6 of what's considered the best and most highly collectible souvenir spoons in all of America. And that's the ones with this beautiful full color bowl with hand-painted enameled scenes in the bowl in a city over here. And this is an absolutely remarkable mining scene of a guy bent over and another miner down at the creek panning gold, and you can see the gold in the pan.
Wow.
These are the best of the best of the best. So if you go to antique shows for 10 years, you might see one. And I've been at it 40 years. I've only seen one until I saw the 6 in this collection.
Oh my gosh.
In all my time. And we get the best of the best. And let's just see what comes up, because this is exciting. Oh, here's another spectacular spoon. A beautiful windlass here. This works. The crank works. We have an engraved mining scene. It looks like it's Cripple Creek. I'm going to see what it says. It has a mill scene and says Denver, so it might be the Moore Mill up outside of Golden. Again, a remarkable piece. I don't want to, let's see, let's use this. I'm going to move this pile carefully here. Move this over here. Go here so that we can see what we've got a little closer.
We'll get a close-up of those too in a minute.
Another gorgeous one. Enameled spoon out of California, titled Washing Gold, with a gold wash on the handle. Absolutely spectacular. And oh, here's a gorgeous piece. The Anaconda Smelter in Montana, with it's probably William Andrews Clark up on top.
Yep.
Another fabulous, absolutely stunning spoon. Victor, Colorado, the famous Portland mine, and the remarkable windlass here with the chain going around here, working with the sinking bucket on the edge. And the bowl itself has a gold wash on it, you know, very light gold plating.
Light gold plating, yeah.
And it's just absolutely remarkable, just remarkable.
Something like this, like you say, you can't even put a price on it, because depending on how desired it is by collectors, you have no idea how high.
Well, we know what they were worth before the market crash.
Mm-hmm.
So before the market crash of 08-09, these spoons were easily in the 1,200 to 2,000 range. Each. However, the crash was the great leveler of everything, and so everything went to zero after that and has come back to whatever level it's at now.
Correct.
I would hope rare spoons like this, I would hope they're worth 1,000 today, but we won't know. We won't know until we try. I just unpacked these others from this collection and was blown away when I saw these on the East Coast, because I had never seen anything like this. While I had seen one beautiful mining spoon like these in the past, I had probably seen 10 that weren't mining related with that beautiful enameled painted bowl. I'd probably seen 10 that weren't mining related, but only one mining related.
Right.
But I'd never seen anything like this. And this is remarkable. And these are spoons probably made by an entity in Colorado. We found one advertisement for them about 1900 using agate handles.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful,
And they're all
custom agate handles. Absolutely spectacular. I've never seen anything like that. I just love it. They're marvelous. And here's another group. And this one is even more remarkable, because we not only have the yellow, brown, orange, and white agates as we see here, but we have green agates over here. And even more special, here's a bowl made out of a green moss agate. Absolutely spectacular. Something typical of what somebody the quality of Christie's would have done. I'm sorry, of what Tiffany's would have done back then. Just absolutely spectacular. And so we don't know what these are worth either. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
The positive side is I found an ad for the company that probably made these in Colorado, and while I'm sitting here, I see the name of one of them right there, so maybe I'll be able to get a little more research in case there were more than one companies making agate spoons.
Oh my gosh.
But this is just phenomenal. And
Out of Colorado, you say?
yes. And this is why this stuff is so exciting. I mean, we get this cross-section of incredible material. And,
Wow.
and you know, we'd have to go through every piece, because each one might have something special, and we don't know what that special thing is until we look at it.
Right, right. Well, we sure like to come back again if you
Sure.
wouldn't mind having us.
You bet.
And looking forward to your auctions, and we got some really exciting things coming up. I saw some stuff in the safe that was like really.
We have real exciting stuff
Really
coming
exciting
up.
stuff coming up.
Really exciting.
We can't even talk about it. It's so exciting. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Fred.
All right, thank you.
Now, this gun and this gun, basically, they're very, very similar. This is a shorter
Right.
barrel and a little bit lower.
Yeah, what happened was the barrel was too long and had other imperfections. Therefore, Colt, with the advice of people like Captain Jack Hayes and Samuel Hamilton Walker, who helped him design the gun that's named after Walker, built up an improvement. So the cylinder is shorter, the barrel is 7.5 inches, so they took an 1.5 inches off. And the charge and everything, actually, it's every bit as the performance of this is actually better than that.
Oh, okay.
And so the basic mechanism is the same. The grip is somewhat smaller, and the weight is about 7 ounces lighter. And you can see the chambers here, the 6-shot, just like the Walker was. The same system. You pull a hammer back and rotate and put the percussion caps on. That's what this scoop is here, to put the caps on. And then the loading was done from this aperture here. You had a flask and you put in the powder for all 6 chambers, and then you would put the ball in on top, and then this would
Press it
charge.
down.
Yeah, would press it in, and then you put the grease over the top so it didn't pass from one chamber to another, and you were ready to roll and rock. And what Colt had done when he built the Walker, in order to honor the Texas Rangers, who with a previous model of Colt called the Patterson, had used the Patterson effectively. 15 Rangers fought over 80 Comanches and decimated them. It was a running gun battle that was well over an hour long. And it was Jack Hayes who was the Ranger in charge. And at the end, the chief who was still trying to get his men to charge, even though there were over 30 of them laying dead and wounded. And Hayes said to one of his men, he said to his men, "Who's got a rifle that's loaded?" Because they had rifles too. And Gillespie, one of the Rangers, said, "I do, sir." And so Jack Hayes said, "Shoot the chief." Gillespie shot the chief, all the Indians disappeared. That was the end of the battle. Wow. But what happened is Hayes and his Rangers were the first ones to prove that a repeating firearm, the Colt revolver, could outdo the Indians, because what they were doing, the Comanches would fire, would get the whites to fire a volley at them, and then they figured, okay, their guns are empty, we can charge them, and they could shoot 12 arrows in 1 minute. And with a muzzleloader, you're lucky if you can reload it 3 times.
Right.
And while you're reloading, your potential for being shot.
Now was these guns? Now were these the same one like Josie Wells and? That they actually would have multiple cylinders, and then they would.
Well, with the Patterson Colt, they were made with extra cylinders.
Okay.
And they were only 5-shot, and that's when you see the wedge. When you pop the wedge out, pull the barrel off, put the new cylinder on. They even had holsters for those extra cylinders. But when it came to the Walker and the Dragoons and the later models, normally for the military, up to a point, they were issuing them as pairs. By the time it got to the Civil War, they were still doing a lot of pairs. But when it came to the Indian Wars, especially Custer, his men would only have one of these.
Okay.
Just one. Plus what was called the Springfield Armory Model 1873 breech-loading carbine, which was a single shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this particular revolver belongs to a collector in Florida, and it's been in his collection a long time, and it's in such wonderful condition that people that see it say, well, how could it be so exquisite? But occasionally, these objects were issued to the military, and they ended up on some general's desk and were unfired. Most of the time, you'll find these. There's a U.S. mark on the frame here. It says Colt's patent, and right underneath is U.S. which means it was made for U.S. ordnance. But what Colt would do is sometimes a gun might be rejected by the ordnance, and if it was rejected, Colt was very clever. He might engrave the gun and give it to an officer. As a presentation.
As a presentation.
Yeah, he had a great sense of humor. So you should be able to see the U.S. It's very tiny, and it's on the left side of the frame, and that was standard on guns that Colt intended to have purchased by the military. But if the ordnance rejected one, then Colt would be able to market it as defective, or he could use it as a presentation. And there are some very important historical presentation arms from the Civil War in which the revolver or revolvers were rejected, and then Colt had them deluxe engraved, and I think in one case an example was presented. It was either to General Rosecrans or to General McClellan, and that's in my books. There's several books I've done about Colt history, over 25 actually, and that would be reviewed in a book called the Colt Engraving Book, which is 2 volumes and about 1,000 pages. And it actually has, and since that book came out, I found some other examples of Colt doing exactly the same thing. These Yankees didn't want to throw away any parts. They didn't want to waste any money, and Colt was one of them. The story of Colt, though, is really quite captivating. He was the first industrial tycoon, and although he was interested in the subject of firearms at the age of 7, and he came from a Connecticut industrial family, it wasn't until he was sent to sea by his father for about 2 years, 1831-32, and while he was on that trip, he visited India, he visited England, he saw museums, and there have been attempts made over the centuries to produce repeating firearms. They're both with a chamber like this, revolving chambers, but with extra barrels or with barrels in a cluster, which would later be called a pepper box. And what Colt did, he was the first one to make a revolver that proved to be practical. However, his initial prototypes made for the Patent Arms Manufacturing Company in Paterson, New Jersey, had a bit of a problem because the business manager for the company, Mr. Ehlers, told Colt, only you could make these things work.
Join us next week on Auction Archaeologist when Mr. R.L. Wilson tells us more about Samuel Colt and Colt firearms. See you then.